Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Beautifully Aging Podcast. My name is Velma, and I am the host for the Beautifully Aging Podcast. What I'd like to do now is just take a few minutes just to tell you about Beautifully Aging. And so, what is Beautifully Aging? It is a podcast that is near and dear to me. So let me start by saying that it's near and dear to me because I think one of the things is that as we get older, the premise has been that aging has been what I would consider a negative connotation in our society. And I believe that it's time for us to dismantle that belief that aging is a negative thing. I believe that aging is beautiful, and I believe that we all age beautifully, no matter what age you are, whether you're a baby or whether you're 125 years old. The commonality about beautifully aging is that every day that you live is another day to age beautifully. I believe that when we embrace ageism, when we embrace aging from day to day, that we'll begin to see some changes even within our society, how we embrace older adults, how we even embrace younger children and adults. And so Beautifully Aging will be a representation of everything that happens from day to day as we age, whether it be our relationships, whether it be illnesses, whether it be fashion, food, finances, travel. What we're here is to represent wisdom. So the nice thing about aging is that there's wisdom that comes with that. There's wisdom that comes that I believe that needs to be imparted one to another and then to others. So the Beautifully Aged, and what we want to do, our aim is to embrace our age, embrace other people's age, talk about the things that affect us on an everyday basis, not just for someone that's 50 or 60 or 70, but someone that may be 20 or 25 or 30 or 40. One of the things I notice about in our society is that as we age, the one thing that we choose not to do is to, as I talked about, embrace. One of the things that I've noticed that has changed is that everyone, when we say, how old are you? People now say, how young are you? And I find that there's nowhere, so that's almost like a new word that's used. But I believe that every day that we get older is a gift from God. I believe that it's a gift from God. It's a gift from God because we get an opportunity to shift things, to change things, for second chances, third chances, fourth chances, new opportunities, continued opportunities. And who gets that? The only way you can receive new opportunity, new chances, is to live another day. So each day that we live another day gives us a day to embrace something new, to learn something new, to decide something new, to decide something different. And how awesome is that? And so I believe that this podcast is going to change. It's going to help younger people to look at it's okay to be older. Embrace who you are. If sometimes that means we got to pay attention to how we move about. How do we govern ourselves? What do we do to make sure that we do age beautifully? What does that look like? Everybody identifies what beautifully aging looks like to them. It may, for some, be having health. For someone else, it may be, how beautiful. Am I still beautiful like I was when I was 25? It may be, what does my finances look like? What does my relationships look like? There's so many factors that go into aging beautifully. And what this podcast aims to do is take a deeper dive into everything from A to Z, whether it be romance, whether it be sex, whether it be intimacy, whether it be relationships, whether it be God, whether it be finances, fashion, travel, food, all those things, because every day, Beautifully Asians is life. And it embraces all of that. So I'm excited. I'm excited for that. We're going to have some great guests. I have some guests with me now. We're going to have some great guests. We're going to have doctors and lawyers, teachers. We're going to talk about death. We're going to talk about cancer. We're going to have men on here sharing what it means for men, as they age also. We're going to, just whatever you can think about, sky's the limit. There is nothing is off. Well, maybe a couple of things. But for the most part, we just want to have deep conversations, real conversations with real people. And so I'm going to stop right there, just giving you just a little snapshot of what it is, what Beautifully Aged in podcast is. And I want to take the time to introduce some of my team that are here with me. So I do have a team that will consist of multiple people throughout with different gifts, different talents, that will sometimes be the host. Sometimes we'll come together as a group. Sometimes they'll do their thing. But so let me take the time to start with introducing my two team members that are here also with me. So the first person we have, if you want to share who you are.
Sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Denise King.
Thank you, Dr. Denise.
Yes.
And then?
Hello, everyone. I'm Melanie Lott.
Okay, thank you. So we have with us both Denise and Melanie. So I'm going to ask them a few questions, and let's just get their perspectives. I've given my perspective, but they're part of the team, so let's hear what they have to say. So Denise, let's have you tell us, if you don't mind, how old are you?
I'm 65. I just turned 65 last month.
Okay. October, yeah. Well, happy birthday. Belated. Yes. And Melanie, what about you? How old are you?
I am 67.
67.
I turned 67 in August.
Oh, perfect. Mm-hmm. Thank you. So let me ask the next question. So either of you could jump in and answer that question. It goes to both of you. What do you do currently for a living, or what did you do for a living?
Currently, I am a business consultant. I work with companies to look at process improvement, kind of blend the management and technical sides of things together. And I am planning for this to actually be my last stint with a corporate client, because I'd like to do some things that I've longed to do, kind of volunteer and do some other things in the coming years.
Perfect. Thank you for sharing that. And Melanie, what about you?
Well, as of now, I am retired, and I used to be a daycare provider. I worked at daycare school district, and I work with kids. That was one of my favorite things to do. And right now, I'm just enjoying being retired.
All right. Thank you. And I guess I never did say how old I was. I am 66 years old. So that's my age.
If we went around the table.
Yeah. Well, the 60s club. Yeah. So let me ask you both a question. What is one thing that you love about your life today? One thing that you love about your life today?
I love the fact that I'm here for number one, and that I'm still able to do the things that I normally been doing.
Okay.
I am enjoying being with my grandkids. I have 17 of them.
Woo.
Yes. It's a blended family, and we just love one another. So I am just glad that I have the opportunity now to spend more time with them during my retirement, that I have more time to just cook. I've been on YouTube trying to find different menus to cook and have them over. We have game nights and stuff like that. So I am just really glad just to be here, to be able to enjoy my retirement and not be retired and sick and retired and can't do what I want to do.
So you mentioned, Melanie, that you're just glad to be here. What do you mean by that? I'm just glad to be here.
I'm glad to be here because I have had some ups and downs with my medical and with being sick and in and out of the hospital and stuff like that. And I am just getting over cancer too. I just got through with chemo, and it's like, okay, Lord, I know there's more for me to do.
Yeah.
And there's more for me to do. So right now I am just enjoying the fact that I can love my grandkids, love where I'm at, love the moments, take one day at a time and just live with it and just be with it. So that's where I'm at in life right now.
Thank you for sharing that.
You're wonderful.
And Denise, what about you?
What do I love about my life
today?
today?
Yes.
I think I had a lot of angst about turning 65. Lots of angst about it. I think when I was younger, I'd look at people that were 65 and I'd say, "Oh, they're old." And as I started to get to 65, I'm like, wait a minute. So you get to the 40, you get to the 50, you get to the 60, and then that 65 hits and it's like, this is going to be different. And Velma, we had conversations about that. And I think for me, what I love about it is I'm realizing like nothing else matters.
That's right.
I can be me. I can have my own opinion. If nobody likes my opinion, it's okay.
It's okay.
I don't have to worry about, my kids, they're doing well. They'll always be close to my heart. My grandkids, they're doing well. But now is a season where I can actually do some things that I want to do. And so planning, like my mission trips and planning, activities or places that I want to go, even if I go solo, I'm okay.
You don't mind that.
No, I don't mind that. Just get to be able to do some things I really want to do and say, okay, today, what matters to me? What matters to me today? I might have a couple things on the to-do list, but overall, I'm happy I'm 65. Like Melissa said, I'm happy I'm here. I'm healthy. I see people that are 40 or 50 or 60, 65 that don't have their health. They didn't take care of their body. And so I'm thankful that God has given me the space and the time to be healthy and to be 65 and to be able to see the things that
I love it. I love it.
I enjoy.
Yes. Thank you. I love that. Thank you guys for sharing that. So let me ask you another question. So the name of the podcast is Beautifully Aging, right? So when you think about beautifully aging, I shared what I thought. When you think about beautifully aging, what does it mean to you? When you think of beautifully aging, what does it mean to you? What does it look like?
For me, beautiful aging means that I don't have to look at somebody else's beauty to be me.
That's good.
I could do what I want to do without copying what you're doing. You could be beautiful all by yourself just by being yourself and by not letting peer pressure get to you, not letting other people get you into a mode of you need to do this and you need to do this. You have to know what is beauty to you and how you feel in your beauty. The beauty is not always on the outside. People have deformities. People have, they want to go get their nose done. They want to go. That's not your beauty. Your beauty comes from inside, and how you carry yourself and how you let people know that you could be beauty without the makeup. You could be beauty just being you. And just expressing that beauty.
Nice.
So that's what beauty means to me.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. Now you got deep on us.
Donner. Okay. I'm like, oh, Melanie, that's something to think about. Something to think about. But yeah, for me, I would say it's a combination of things.
Yes.
It's beautifully aging means that I'm in a place of health and wholeness. And wholeness is a process. So you get to a point, or I've gotten to a point, because I can't speak for everybody, but then some of the mistakes I made early in life, I have to look at those and say, it's all behind me. And so I choose another way.
Nice.
I choose to make another decision that's in this latter part of my life, because I'm choosing to make my latter greater than my former.
Yes.
And I'm choosing to make sure that I have a legacy when I leave here. And now, Melanie, I know you said it's not on the outside, but I love clothes.
Oh, yeah. I love clothes, too. From this saying that it's not always have to be coming from the outside.
You're right.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, I love my clothes, too. Girl, I love my makeup, too, baby.
That's
Yes.
So for me,
I
I love to dibble and dabble. I don't do it to draw attention. I do it for me. Because when I say I look good, whatever look good means, I could be in sweats. It don't matter.
Thank you.
When I look in the mirror and I look good to me,
Yes.
it makes my whole day. You know, and you can speak words of affirmation to yourself.
Come on now.
Even when you're down, because you got a recorder over here that's going to remind you of things that were not right and things maybe family members said about you or your mom. My mom used to tell me, "Oh, you got a big nose," because she had a tiny nose. Right. And so as a kid, that used to bother me. You know, because I'm like,
Those things carry. Don't like that. Yes.
And so I always had this thing about my nose. And so, you know, you kind of just be like, whatever. You know, you don't like it? Okay, that's fine.
That's when the plastic surgeon come in, because peer pressure, people telling you that your nose is big, or you got a big ear. So everybody want to go get something fixed. So I'm saying God perfectly made you.
Yeah.
And so we are the one that goes around and try to fix stuff up, or, oh, I'm going to do this. But beauty is you. You are beauty.
Yes. Let me ask you both this question then, because you sound so deep. You sound so greatly deep, which is good. So let me ask you this. When you were in your 40s, did you have that same disposition? Would you say, did you arrive, through age, through getting older, did you get that kind of like, because you sound so confident?
When I was 40, Velma, myself, I really didn't carry too much about age. I always thought that I was still this little girl, or
Not
what are you
much
talking about?
the age, but the confidence. Did you? Because you.
Oh no, that's the listen. No, I did not have the confidence that I have now, because it's a sign of maturity.
Okay.
You mature as you grow older, and when you look at other people's position, and like if you see my sister or somebody else, how they grow and how they carry their life, you're like, that's the person I don't want to be like.
Okay.
So you change things. Oh, I'm going to be like that in my own form or way, but you put your own mix to it. Right. But you see, when you're growing up, you find a way how you want to grow up and how you don't want to be, because you see how the people that are before you are older than you. You're like, I don't want to be that part. I don't want to be an alcoholic. I don't want to be this, and I don't want to be that. So you beautify yourself. That's why you are you. And
that's good.
With the help of God.
Yeah. So that's good. So then I'm going to segue right into the next question then. What is one thing that you like about getting older?
When I happen to go back to school, I did not like school. I did not like getting up, going to school. But say that again.
What is one thing you like about getting older or aging?
I like everything. I mean, I don't have no problem, but I don't do what I usually do.
Yeah.
I can't get up and, do all those things that I used to do, running around and stuff like that. But that's a hard question.
Yeah. I'm going to come back to you.
Come back to me with that.
What is one thing you like about getting older?
I think I'm more settled.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. When you were talking about how we felt at 40 versus how we feel now, there's a definite difference.
Okay.
40, I don't think I was married at 40.
Okay.
I was married during my 40s, right? And so I think during that period, I really wasn't the person I wanted to be.
Okay. Okay.
I wasn't the person I wanted to be.
Okay.
I took a lot.
Yeah.
Silently. And so if I look back on that experience, I would have been more vocal.
Okay.
I was not at a point, I was raised in a household where I never saw my mom and dad argue.
Okay.
Ever.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
And so getting married and you have an argument, I'm like, what do we do with this?
Right.
Or how do you do it? Yeah. I didn't grow up seeing any contention or seeing any
kind of conflict
like that. If they had it, it was like
behind the door.
Behind the doors. Yeah. And so at 40, I didn't know how to handle that. Okay. I didn't have the words for that.
Yeah.
And so now it doesn't necessarily have to be conflict, but I am more able to speak my mind
Yes. Yes.
and express myself.
Wow, that's deep. I like that. I never thought about that because, when I think about my childhood growing up, my parents, I've never seen my parents argue or fight or anything except one time in my life. So I wonder if everything was behind closed doors. And I always thought it was maybe because my mom was always ill. So then maybe my father,
Yeah.
But so that's interesting. That's an interesting thought. Yeah. Yeah. So then when it comes to aging, what would you say that you like?
I like being able to.
Oh, you said you feel settled.
Yeah, I feel settled.
Yes.
Just being able to share myself and have my own ideas of what I like versus having it intertwined and just saying, well, what do you want to do? Oh, whatever you want to do.
Were you one of those people that did that?
Girl, yes. Yeah, I think I was there because I had to find myself. I had to find myself.
Yeah.
So
Do you think you found yourself now? Would you say at 65 that you have found yourself?
I'm continuing to explore myself.
Explore
Myself. Yeah, the things I like. Being okay with going to the movies by myself, taking myself out to dinner if I want to go. I don't have to wait for somebody to give me an invitation to go. Just take yourself.
Yeah, that's good.
Wow, that's awesome.
So then let me flip it. And then I asked you what is one thing that you like about aging. So I'm going to ask this question probably never again, but I'm going to ask it today. Never again to you both.
Okay.
What is one thing that you don't like about aging? Or that has been a challenge for you regarding aging? And it may not be nothing. It may not be anything at all. And that's fine too.
I can't think of anything right now.
Yeah, I couldn't
Let's get a click for that. Yeah, that's excellent. Yes, because aging is beautiful. I mean, it really is a beautiful thing. And if we could shift and if we can get everyone to know and to see that aging is a beautiful thing and we get to define it.
Yeah.
We don't have a world that's defining it for us. We define it for ourselves. One of the things I often hear is like, oh, you look so great for your age. What? Well, how am I supposed to work? Seriously, that's so because it's like, no, we're breaking down, we're dismantling all these negative stereotypes around what it should be and what this is what age is. This is what it looks like. This is what 65 looked like. This is what 66 looks like. This is what 67 look like. It looks like who we are today. And there's no identifier that says, that puts us in a box and saying that is this and that is that. It is who I am.
Yeah.
And we're all uniquely and wonderfully made, right?
That's right.
And they don't have a checklist that says, okay, at 65, you need to look like this.
Right.
You need to dress like this. You need to only eat these things at 65. There's no checklist for
Exactly.
this. It's just life
Exactly.
experience.
And so we're here to just, shift and change the the trajectory of what aging looks like, because it doesn't look like that. It looks like this, right? And so with that being said, why did you all say yes to participating in this podcast, to being a part of the team? Because you're more than participating. You're the team,
Yeah.
Well, for me, I did it to step out of my comfort zone.
Okay.
I'm stuck with doing the same thing all the time. And I said, well, this is something new for me. Like I say, I'm aging. When you're aging, you want to do new things. You don't want to continue doing the same old thing that you've been doing. So this was stepping out of my comfort zone and stepping out on faith, because I did a lot of before I got here. And so I just like, okay, and I'm in my comfort zone. And it's like, okay.
You have a lot of wisdom. You have a lot of information to share. You have so much, Melanie, that people need to hear your voice.
Wow.
People need to hear your voice because you have a lot to say. And God has a lot to say through you.
I believe that.
So yes, I'm glad you said yes.
Yeah,
I'm glad that you're part of the team.
Thank you. I'm glad I said yes too. There was a hard yes.
Like, oh,
But I did. I'm
glad that
I'm
you said
grateful.
yes.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for inviting me.
Girl. When we do Golden Girls, though. And Denise, why did you say yes?
Um, I thought, for us as we've traveled into our 60s,
Yeah.
we've learned some things about ourselves, and it would be great just to be able to share that. Things we would do, things we want to do, things we would never do again. Just life experience, and maybe, as we tell our kids, well, this experience I'm trying to tell you so you don't repeat the same mistake I made. I'm trying to tell you this so that you can go out and experience life and don't get stuck. So just to share.
Well, I'm glad you said yes, because like Melanie, you have a lot to say and you have a lot of wisdom, and, just everything that you do is just like, I'm not going to say perfect, but it is perfect.
Thanks, sweet.
And, the world needs to see that. They need to hear your voice. They need to hear Melanie's voice. They need to hear my voice. They need to hear conversations and everything. And you bring so much.
Thank you.
So thank you. Thank you. And so I'm going to ask one more question, and then we are going to be almost done. What makes you laugh? What makes you laugh?
For me, it's my husband. He's one of those that likes to, if he see that I'm down or I need some joy or something, like I'm sick or something, he will come and he will try to do a joke, but he's laughing before he could get the joke out. So I'm like, okay, I'm laughing because he's laughing, not because it's a joke. And so it's just like he keeps me laughing, and my kids keeps me laughing. So that's what makes me laugh. Yes, he is. A bit funny. That's who keeps me laughing. My husband, my kids.
Oh, girl, thank you. Thank you. What about you, Dee?
I think my biggest laughs have come from my grandkids.
Oh, wow.
I've got one that turned 13, and he's growing up taller than me, right? And so every time you see him, he's got to stand up, he's got to pull his shoes off, and goes in by you, to many. And it's like seeing them grow up.
Yes. Yeah, beautiful thing.
Seeing them grow up and being able to share those moments with them. Talk about like, oh yeah, I want to decorate my room. Okay, so what do you want? So then get on Amazon and order something for, then just see their excitement. That's good. That's a big thing.
And want to do it by themselves.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah. How about you, Velma?
Yeah. Oh, a good joke is good. I love comedy. Yeah. That's what I'm looking forward to. What is it, Scrooge in the Hood? Yeah. At our church. Because I like a good comedy. I like comedy. I love a good joke. I just find people funny. Yeah. So I'm always looking and watching and saying, okay, that was funny. And
Yeah. So this thing, we have some good laughs.
So just watching people and just seeing people do things that are funny to me. And so a good joke, if you know a good joke, which I don't, so I laugh at my own jokes, which are funny to me. But I would say a good joke, good comedy, movie, show.
Yeah.
So
Movies, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what makes me laugh. Yes. So this was good. I appreciate you both. I'm excited for our next adventure, our next episode. One of the things that we're going to do, we are going to have some time where we're going to do holiday things. We're going to do some cooking. Denise is going to do Denise, put your in there, Denise. So if we're going to do some holiday cooking, some recipe augment, shifting some recipes to put a good. Since I'm into nutrition and health and wellness, I'm always trying to how can I put a healthy twist or something? So I challenged Denise with the task of, because she loves to cook, of creating something for the holidays and putting a little extra twist, healthy twist, but yet still tasting fabulous. And so I have no doubt that Denise will be up for that challenge.
We'll find something.
Yes. And then, so thank you everyone for joining with us. Hope that you received something today, and look forward to you joining us for our next episode.
Yes.
just allow them to ask you any questions. We'll kind of cut it and all of that.
Okay.
Ladies, do you have any questions for Velma?
I want to go back to the question you had.
Okay.
So what is one thing that you love about your life today?
Oh, one of the things I love about my life, this is going to be funny. I love, I don't work. I always say I'm semi-retired.
Yeah.
So it's just nice to be able to wake up and go to the gym. And to just, go and then, just hang out and not have to be anywhere right away. So because I think for me, I seem like I always have to go. And so now it's just like, I can wake up, I can, go back because I get up fairly early. So I can wake up, do what I need to do, go back to sleep, then get up and go to the gym. And if I want to go have lunch with somebody, I can do that. I haven't quite gotten to the point of just going and having lunch by myself and sitting in a restaurant by myself. But I'm going to work on that one. I'll usually go get the food and bring it home.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try that going out to the restaurant by myself and just sitting in the restaurant and eating by myself. I think that would be pretty cool. But I think I like just having my day. Just having my day that I can just do what I want to do, that I don't have to, to be honest, punch a clock. Yes, that is. When God told me to leave some years before COVID, I wish I would have listened. But it's a better late than never. But I think for me, just having my day and let it be orchestrated more by God than by man. So I think that's what I love. That's one thing I love.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you find, like I talked about 40, talked a little bit about 40 earlier in life and changing. What was your 40 like?
Oh, my 40. Let me see. That was different because my husband had just died.
Okay.
So at 40, so I was starting over now because I had been married and now I was not married anymore. And so I think for me, 40 was a time with me and God, I think, like all of a sudden, because I'm renewing, I'm becoming a different person now, a single person without a husband. The identity that I thought I had, I didn't have anymore. So I think for me, 40 was just a new discovery. It just seemed like every decade, every year is something new and different, right? Yeah. So, So I think it was that was when the peeling started coming off. I was saying the stripping away. And I think, like you said, still being stripped, still being renewed, still exploring. But for me, I would think 40 was more, again, seeing myself now different, not as a married woman, and healing. So 40 was a lot of healing, I think, for me in my time. I think it was a lot of healing and self-discovery, right? Self-discovery and healing. God was like, finally, I got your attention now. So now let's do this. And so it's like, so that's what I think 40 was like for me. Yeah. Okay. That's a good question. Nobody ever asked me that one. No. So that's good.
I have any question for you.
Yeah.
She didn't did everything.
All right. Anything else anybody would like to say before we close it out?
Well, this has been a very good experience for me, for someone who don't like to speak in public. They'll just like to stay behind the scenes and do whatever needs to be done behind the scene. So this is a really good step one for me.
Okay.
Good. I'm glad you made this step. I'm glad you did tell me. I didn't know who else was coming. Yeah. I didn't either. We just show up, right?
Yeah. We had a few people that, but there'll be more. Yeah. But one of the things I never did share was how the original thought for this was some years back. Remember when the YMCA? Yeah. And so I taught exercise. I would teach chair exercise. So every time I came back from a weekend, whether I did something or whatever, when I'm teaching, I would just share stories. And the people were so engaged, and I was like, Lord, Doris and I were saying, I was like, man, I should share these stories, because they're like, okay, what did you do over the weekend and what happened? And I thought this would be good to do, to come and share stories, about life and different things, different adventures, because it seemed like, either myself or somebody I knew was on some type of adventure, right? Doing something, yeah. So either you was traveling to Europe or, you was in Dubai somewhere, or we was over here, or getting caught in a rainstorm, or it's trying to snowshoe, or it was those big something. And then sharing that experience, and it'd be funny, but people really wanted to hear that. And I thought, okay, this would be nice to do a podcast where we're just talking and sharing about real life and real situations, some good, some not so good, but still life. Yeah. So so here we are today.
Made it.
Yes, we made it.